Hi guys, and welcome to my first ever pregnancy vlog or vlog of any sort, other than just sending my friends videos of myself. This is pretty much the first time I've ever done this, so hopefully this is interesting. So my name is Katie Lamandia. I live in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. I am 30 years old. And this is my second baby. I wanted to do this with my first baby, but I just never got around to it. I didn't make time for it. And unfortunately, I am doing this really late in this pregnancy. So I am 35 weeks pregnant. But I decided that on New Year's, this was my New Year's resolution. I've wanted to do it not just for pregnancy, but for the months after pregnancy, just, you know, infant updates or newborn updates. I just think YouTube has created a really cool community for moms supporting each other, or people in general, not just moms. And I have enjoyed every week of this pregnancy. I have gone to my YouTube search bar and typed in 35 weeks pregnant, and I would watch the whole, you know, maybe 5 or 6 different pregnancy vloggers videos, and it just became like this weird little pregnancy ritual, and it made me really happy and I really enjoyed it. So I just kind of wanted to give back to something that I've taken so much from and enjoyed so much. So I wanted to do one myself. Not to mention, I just feel like my life in general can be kind of comical at times. And I've had a lot of people say, you should really write a blog, or you should really do a YouTube channel because you're crazy. So I'm doing it. Here I am. Okay. A little bit of background information on myself. I already told you I was 30 years old. This is our second child. Our first child, his name is Noah, and he just turned 2. So this is my second pregnancy, so I feel kind of seasoned, yet at the same time I still kind of feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. My husband and I got married this past May, 2017. So we did things a little bit backwards. We had Noah December 2015, and then we got married May 2017, actually Cinco de Mayo. And then we got pregnant like right away. So we got pregnant in May, actually. So anyway, that's the background. So I'm going to go down a list of questions that I wrote down because I'm not quite ready to I don't have like a idea of information or questions to go through. So I just wrote down some questions about pregnancy, and the symptoms that go along with it, and kind of like what's going on in the pregnancy. So currently I'm 35 weeks pregnant. We are pregnant with another boy. So we're going to have 2 boys, which should be interesting and fun and crazy. Weight gain. I wish I could have done this like weekly, so I could have just been like, I've gained 2 pounds. But instead, because I'm just now doing this for the first time, I have gained 39 pounds. It sounds horrible. And I sound like I've gained 39 pounds because I can't breathe. But I was kind of underweight when I got pregnant, because when I breastfed my son, I lost a ton of weight. So I started out at 114 pounds, and I'm like 5'5", 5'6", so I was pretty skinny. So I started out at 114, and I am now 153 the last time, so 39 pounds gained. I want to say with my last pregnancy I gained somewhere in the 50-ish pound range, so it was kind of up there too. It was above what they want, but whatever, it wasn't that bad and it came off. So I'm not going to freak out about it, but it does sound kind of horrible to be like 39 pounds. But maternity clothes. Yeah, I gained 39 pounds, so I don't have like a plethora of clothing lying around in all different various sizes, so I'm definitely in maternity clothes. However, this sweater is not maternity, but it's a huge sweater, so I can get away with it. But pants have to be maternity pants. Stretch marks? No stretch marks. I am very thankful. I don't think that that has anything to do with anything I'm doing. I think it's just hereditary. I think you either get it or you don't get it. Of course, I lather myself in oils and lotions because if I ended up getting them and I didn't do that, I would be like, why didn't you put lotion on? So I am using, what's it called? Earth Mama Baby, Earth Mama Angel Baby, something like that. They sell it at Babies R Us and online. It's kind of hard to find otherwise, but so yeah, I'm using their oil and their lotion. Like I do oil first and then I do lotion. So no stretch marks. Sleeping. Don't really particularly sleep very good. I have every pregnancy pillow that they make. I have the Snuggle. I have the little wedge pillow that I like wedge under my belly, and then the Snuggle like goes around me. And then I've got my regular 2 pillows. I mean, I'm like encapsulated, if that's even a word, in pillows. And yet still I wake up feeling like someone is just like twisting my spine. So I don't know if there's a magical answer to that. I try to like flip back and forth, but still it's pretty uncomfortable sleeping. Let's see, best moment this week. I would say the best moment this week was probably getting the nursery a little bit closer to being done. It's not done, but it's much, much closer. We have the crib assembled and where it's going. We have things hung on the wall, which you can't see. I'm actually in the nursery right now, but the way that the lighting is, I needed to face this direction. So you can't really see anything behind me. And I don't have the like beautiful YouTube vlogger backdrop that I aspire to have. I don't have the lighting, so I pretty much am stuck having to face this one direction. So you have a beautiful background of a rock and play, and that's it. But the nursery is coming together, and once it is together, I will do a video on it. Let's see. Movement. These are some of the reasons why I wanted to do this vlog, because I find myself constantly going to Google and searching 34 weeks, not enough movement, 34 weeks, tons of movement, 34 weeks, different movement. It's like, it's constant. I'm like constantly Googling things, trying to figure out, is this normal? And I'm a second-time mom. Like you would think I would be confident, but I'm not. So the movement has changed this week. That's why I say that. His movement has become much more periodic. He moves, he's definitely sleeping more, I think is what it is. I had a panic attack and called the doctor yesterday morning. And of course, as soon as the lady picks up the phone, he's like, like going crazy in there. So I didn't end up going to labor and delivery. But the movement has changed drastically. He was much more active all the time, and now he is just, he'll sleep for like a couple of hours, and then he'll kick it into like crazy high gear, and then he'll sleep again, and then he'll pick back up. And being a mom of a toddler, I think this is one of the biggest reasons why movement has been such a scary thing to me, because I am so distracted with Noah and everything he's doing. and trying to keep up with everything around the house and keeping up with him, that unless I sit down and I am like seriously honed in on my belly, like looking at it, I don't know if he's moving or not. So I really have to like sit down and try to be aware of that and not be distracted. So if by chance he happens to be sleeping, once I finally sit down and dedicate that time, then I panic because I haven't felt any movement, and now I'm like trying to feel movement and he's asleep. So that's the movement story. Food cravings, not really much of a food craving person. I have a sweet tooth, pregnant or not. I could literally live on like York peppermint patties. I could exist solely on York peppermint patties. So it just is worse. Like I just want to eat horrible things. Like I just want to live on chocolate. But I'm kind of like that anyway, so I don't really think that's pregnancy. I have kind of been enjoying Caesar salads, which is weird, with lemon. I guess that's a craving. That's the answer to the question. Yeah, duh. Caesar salads. I don't know, with lemon. That's my one and only craving. Anything making you queasy or sick? Not really. The normal things that would make anyone queasy or sick. My 2-year-old's diaper. Ugh, so gross. The other day I was eating a Cuban sandwich, which Tampa is known for, and they're delicious. And my dog came in and threw up on the carpet, and I don't know what it was. I felt like I was eating like a dog throw up sandwich. Am I showing? Yes, big time. Labor signs. It doesn't matter if it's your first pregnancy or your 10th pregnancy. You feel like the baby is just gonna fall right out, and like everything is like I'm going into labor right now. Like I don't care who you are or how experienced you are. So as far as labor signs go, I have always been like an overactive Braxton Hicks person. Like most doctors would not be happy with the amount of Braxton Hicks that I have. Like I would be living at labor and delivery if I actually followed their recommendation of, if you have more than 4 or 5, I think it is, in an hour, you're supposed to go to labor and delivery. I can't do that, or I would never be home. So basically tons of Braxton Hicks. This week I'm having so much pelvic pressure and lightning crotch, as they call it, where it just feels like a lightning bolt is like, bam, bam, take that, like right from your belly button down to your crotch. It just feels like repeated electricity, and it don't feel good. So those are my labor signs, yes. Belly button in or out. My belly button is out. If I don't wear those maternity pants that like come up a ways, it's like, hello, it's like a belly button nipple. So the belly button's out. I think that gets worse too when it's your second pregnancy. Wedding rings on or off. This is 50-50. I live in Florida. It's usually pretty hot, pretty humid, so I tend to get puffy when I'm pregnant. However, one of my symptoms is like constant, like acidy burps. So I'm really sorry. I'm trying not to like burp on camera, but it's like a constant feeling of like something's in here. So with my last pregnancy, I was due in December, so it wasn't that cold down here. So my fingers were like so swollen. This pregnancy being due in February, the point in the pregnancy where you'd be swelling the most, which is right now like probably 30 weeks on, usually you would be pretty swollen. It's actually cold here for once. Like this is like the coldest I've ever seen it be for any period of time. So I can wear them. It's so nice because I just got this. I just got this darn ring in May and I want to wear it, and occasionally my fingers swell up and I can't wear it, so I'm pretty happy about that. Happy or moody? So moody. I'm so moody. It's bad. It's to the point where I'm annoying myself. I'm so moody. I'm trying really hard to like stay aware of it and try to control that. Especially with my son. I don't want to be cranky or constantly like, not yelling, but constantly reprimanding. I kind of feel like I'm constantly reprimanding. He's 2, so I mean, I can really only do so much here, but I'm having a very hard time with the moodiness. So I pray a lot for patience. And usually that works. And I just try to remind myself, like, this is temporary. This is not going to last forever. You're not going to be this hormonal freak show for forever. But that's probably one of my biggest pregnancy things that just I don't enjoy, because when you feel moody, you don't feel like yourself, and then it just can be like a downward spiral of moodiness, and I don't want to say depression, but kind of depression, and from that stems anxiety, and it's just like this spider web of yuck. So moodiness, yes, and hopefully that's over soon. Let's see. So those are the questions that I have to answer. I have separately listed symptoms that are just specific to me that I've started this week. So one of the things that I'd kind of mentioned with the pelvic pressure is what feels like they call SPD, or symphysis pubic dysfunction, something like that. I think at this stage of the game it's kind of normal to have that. It's becoming very uncomfortable though, like just doing normal household activities is quite discomfort, just a lot of uncomfortable feelings. Like the only way I can describe it is I feel like at the base of my pelvis, like where the baby, his head is probably at or going to be at some point, it just feels like everything is being kind of stretched and pulled, and not stretched in a nice kind of way, like stretched in like a this isn't supposed to move kind of way. So if I'm sitting for a long period of time and I get up to go do something, I usually am kind of like stiff walking at first, because it's just, it feels pressure, it feels sore, almost kind of bruised, and just generally stiff and uncomfortable. You can tell it's shifting, moving. Acid reflux, to go along with the fact that I sound like I'm gonna burp at any given moment. Having a tough time with that. Like if I'm not sitting completely upright, or standing up rather, I literally can't keep anything down. Like not like I'm gonna vomit, but like everything is just kind of creeping back up. So water, like I can drink water and then 20 minutes be sitting there and it's just like trying to come back out. So that's awful. It's really not pleasant. Exhaustion, duh. I mean, I don't really think at any point during this pregnancy I've been like a real go-getter or had like leaps and bounds of energy. So I'm tired. It is what it is. Cranky, told you about that. I've had kind of a loss of appetite. Like, I don't know if it's like I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good. Nothing, unless it's chocolate. That always sounds good. But like normally I'd be like, man, I'm really craving chicken franchise, which I'm not saying properly. My husband, by the way, is a phenomenal, phenomenal cook. Thank God, because I'm really not a very good cook. So he makes the best food. So usually I'm always like craving something he makes, but I'm just yuck. Maybe because everything's trying to come back out. I don't really want to put anything down there. But so yeah, loss of appetite, that's happening. Frequent urination, no surprise. Sleeping is very, very difficult. And my breathing. Oh my God. I don't even know what I sound like. A wildebeest, perhaps. A monster. I don't know. Like, Vinny, my husband, is constantly like, what, are you all right? Are you all right? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just trying to live. Like, just trying to stay alive over here. I'm just trying to breathe. Well, you're just huffing and puffing. Like, he always thinks I'm mad. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to like live. Like, I'm just trying to stay alive. And I can't breathe. So I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll be like, and he's like, what? And I'm like, can't breathe. Just try to breathe. So yeah, I am extremely out of breath. Even when I'm like laying down sleeping, I'm not even exerting any energy. I am amazed at how audible my breathing is. Like, it is so loud. And I don't know. The baby is definitely dropped, so to speak, because of the lightning and all of that. Like, I know that that's what that is, and I could just tell from being pregnant the first time. So the fact that I'm so short of breath is kind of odd, because typically they say, oh, once they drop, you'll be like, oh, I can finally breathe. But that's not really happening. I do have asthma. I mean, it's controlled. I take medicine, so I don't really think it's the asthma. I think it's just being pregnant. I've heard progesterone. I don't know how to say that word. I've heard that can make you short of breath. Perhaps that's what it is. I don't really know. So that's all of the symptoms and everything. Some things that I have not done that I would last pregnancy have been like climbing the wall over this. The nursery's not done, so we need to finish the nursery. We have a mattress, but it's not here yet. There's really not that much else to do around here, but we need to buy out our baby registry. I didn't make the registry for any purpose other than to get the coupon. So I put anything else that we might need on the registry. And then we'll get 15% off. We used Amazon. So because I'm a Prime member, or no, was it because of that? Or Pantry, Amazon Pantry. There was something to that. Being a member of one of those two things or both got me an extra 5% off. So we get 15% off at the end of the registry. So we have to buy out the rest of the registry, which has important things like pacifiers and, I don't know, burp cloths, just the things that we didn't keep from Noah. What else? And I have not packed my hospital bag. I just haven't found the time to do that. And I had that done with Noah at like, I don't know, 33 weeks maybe. I had it packed and everything was all neat and cute and like lined up, and not this time. So that pretty much concludes all of my pregnancy stuff. Something exciting that I bought myself is this. This book was recommended by one of my friends, A Simplified Life, by this Emily, I don't know if it's Lee or Lay. Simplified Life. I'm hoping this will focus. Emily Lay. This is supposed to help me get my life together. So I'm really looking forward to that. I not only bought the book, but I found her on Instagram, followed her on Instagram. I joined her, or I liked her on Facebook, and then I joined her Facebook like community group thing. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to solve all my problems. It's supposed to help with everything from, well, mainly organization, I think is the big part of it. Getting your house like organized, purging unnecessary crap, clutter. But it's also supposed to help with meal planning, which is huge. I desperately, desperately need help with that. Basically, tactical tools for intentional living. So I hope that she can help me. Okay, so that concludes my first pregnancy vlog. I'm going to show you guys my belly reluctantly. This is the only part I feel kind of weird about, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So this is the 35-week belly. There it is. So this is with my sweater on. From the side, and I've got the old line going on, and you can see the belly button. So thanks for joining me on my first ever pregnancy vlog, and if you liked it, I mean, this is just what they say in these vlogs, so I'm just repeating it because it must mean something. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would like to do these weekly from here on out, over the next 5 weeks of the pregnancy, if in fact he stays in that long. And then after that, I want to do the birth story, and then just like newborn updates and infant updates, and just I really kind of want to develop like a friendship with my followers and be able to give information and get information. So thanks for watching.